Coming up on the Q30 Newscast, Quinnipiac students are dealing with the aftermath of yet another snowstorm. Q30's Nicole Kessler has the latest weather recap and upcoming forecast.
We've already had a foot of snow dropped here in Connecticut, and there's more snow coming. Maybe we may have another fun-filled snow weekend.
And how one member of a fraternity that was kicked off campus is fighting back.
All this and more on the Q30 Newscast.
Good evening, Quinnipiac, and welcome to the Q30 Newscast sponsored by Joya Spa and Salon. I'm Tom Albanese.
And I'm Ayal Galal. Connecticut residents are seeing icy roads after another round of heavy snow and freezing temperatures.
We're going to toss it over to our own Nicole Kessler to talk about the latest weather conditions.
And here we are looking at our current temperatures. We could see here all the way in New York and Washington that we have 43 degrees and we have 45 degrees, which is still a bit chilly. And if we come down to the south, Miami is a high of 73, which is pretty nice weather. And if we make it over to the west coast, San Francisco and Los Angeles both are at 59 degrees, and I would love to be there right now. And if we're looking at today's temperatures, all the way in Waterbury, it's 29 degrees, and in New Haven and in Hartford, it is both 30 degrees. And let's go back to the desk.
And after the past winter storm had left several feet of snow on the ground, more snow had hit Connecticut once again, creating additional school closures.
So how did Quinnipiac students feel with further snow on the way? Stephanie Fasano has the latest.
Plows work around the clock to clean up all three Quinnipiac campuses. Constant snow removal around York Hill, North Haven, and Mount Carmel is ongoing. But another snowstorm in the forecast can make things complicated. Director of Student Health Services, Alice Holland, told Q30 News, quote, "I always recommend that students stay warm and cozy inside, and if they need to go outside, they should bundle up with a lot of layers," end quote. Quinnipiac has yet to have a full week of classes this semester, and with snow later in the weekend, it's beginning to frustrate students.
At first, I was kind of liking it just because it's my first semester here and I got to experience like snow days and living in comments. It's really, really fun. But now I'm kind of getting frustrated just because I really want a full week of school.
Slippery conditions, shoveling, and unplowed driveways may be in the past, but with possible snow Sunday into Tuesday, students will be on the lookout for another wintry mess. I'm Stephanie Fasano, Q30 News.
The recent snowstorms are part of the cause of a recent spike in the number of students who present flu-like symptoms. The health center at Quinnipiac has received more patients who have dealt with numerous illnesses stemming from stomach viruses to strep throats. Quinnipiac's Director of Student Health Services, Alice Holland, and her staff have seen more faculty and students come in for treatment over the last few months.
We have seen really an increase in the amount of our students with the flu. We always recommend receiving a flu vaccine. We vaccinated, I would say, 2,350 faculty, staff, and students on our campus this fall.
Still ahead on the Q30 Newscast, find out why one Quinnipiac fraternity was shut down over winter break.
And Q30's Anna Sackel has the latest in world news.
The Q30 Newscast is presented by Joya Spa and Salon. For more information, visit www.joyadayspa.com.
That was then, this is now. Don't be just a number.
Hello, welcome to Chameleon.
At Chameleon Hair Color Cafe and Spa, it's all about what makes you feel beautiful. Their professional team is dedicated to helping you reach your customized beauty goals from your head to your toes. Chameleon Hair Color Cafe and Spa, where it's all about what makes you feel beautiful.
Welcome to Joya Spa and Salon in Hamden. Whether you want a new look or the perfect wedding day hair, come to us for complete hair and nail care, cuts, styles, updos, extensions, and beautiful dimensional hair color, as well as manis and pedis, acrylics, gels, and shellac. Treat yourself to a facial, a peel, or microdermabrasion. Relax with a variety of massage techniques, including Swedish and hot stone massage. Joya Spa and Salon. Call today.
Last December, Q30 News reported that Quinnipiac University chose to immediately shut down its Tau Kappa Epsilon chapter after allegations of hazing. One student from Tau Kappa Epsilon was expelled and 2 other fraternity members were suspended. Now, sophomore John Demoulas is suing the university. Demoulas was suspended for 3 weeks during the fall semester and all of the spring semester. Legal representation for Demoulas argues that the university did not provide enough evidence of the hazing. Demoulas' goal is to be able to return to school.
A Hamden resident was killed Tuesday in a fatal crash on I-95 by the New York border. Kayla Donnelly Smith was a student at Southern Connecticut State University in New Haven. She was involved in a minor car accident with Winter Christoph of Hartford. When both drivers got out of their cars to see the damage, another car struck them, killing Donnelly Smith and Christoph instantly. Kayla Donnelly Smith was a former boxer, dancer, and volunteer SCSU cheerleading coach. SCSU is providing support services for students.
You know, as another flu spreads at Quinnipiac, another contagious virus is spreading throughout the United States. And also, tensions just continue to rise out in the Ukraine.
That's right. And Q30's Anna Sackel is here with the latest world news update.
A TransAsian Airway flight crashed in Taiwan at 11 a.m. local time. Take a look at this video. Shortly after takeoff, the plane's left wing hits a bridge and crashes into the river. 31 passengers are confirmed dead and 15 are injured. Among the confirmed dead is the pilot and 2 co-pilots. Rescue teams are still searching for the 12 missing passengers. The 2 people in the car that was hit by the plane are also reported injured. It is unclear at this point what caused the plane to crash. More than 100 cases of the measles have been reported in the U.S. in the last month. The outbreak is believed to have started in Disneyland in California and has spread across 14 states. President Obama is encouraging parents to get their children vaccinated. Some parents are skeptical because of rumors that vaccines can cause autism. Doctors say this is false and promise that vaccines are safe and effective. And in the middle of negotiations between ISIS and Jordan, a video was released of Jordanian military pilot Maoz al-Qasasbi being burned alive. ISIS captured al-Qasasbi in late December when his plane crashed in ISIS territory. ISIS was demanding the release of female suicide bomber Sajida al-Rishawi, who is being held in Jordan. Jordan was trying to negotiate a prisoner swap with ISIS to bring al-Qasasbi back safely when the video of his murder was released. The war between Ukraine and pro-Russian separatists is raging on. The constant bombings in eastern Ukraine are forcing citizens to evacuate their homes and find shelter. With a growing threat to the lives of civilians, the United States is considering sending lethal aid to help the Ukraine. Last month, over 200 people were killed in the Ukraine and over 500 were injured. And finally, a new legislation has been approved by British Parliament to allow for 3-parent babies. The law was introduced in efforts to reduce the number of children born with mitochondrial diseases. The fertilization technique involves using the DNA from 3 people, nuclear DNA from the 2 intended parents, and a healthy mitochondrial from a donor. Although it will help lower the number of people born with these diseases, many people are questioning if the new law is ethical or not. That's it for your world news. I'm Anna Sackel. Now back to the desk.
One app has many Quinnipiac students chatting.
And Nicole Kessler is back with more on this week's weather forecast.
Your full Q30 weather after the break.
Welcome to A Sheer Sensation, North Haven's premier cosmetology service, located at 140 Washington Avenue, minutes from Hamden. We offer an array of services, from basic cuts and colors to lash extensions and formaldehyde-free keratin treatments. We also provide hair chalk and styling for men. When you spend $60, your Q card will get you 10% off. Call us at 203-239-6477 to make your next appointment at A Sheer Sensation.
We are your source for entertainment news.
And we have a back to his Hollywood.
This is my mom. Making a sit and
We are your source for entertainment news.
I could really go for a Ray and Mike's sub right now.
Come to Ray and Mike's and try our Philly chicken and cheese for just over $4. Giant cheesesteak subs and mouth-watering boar's head sandwiches for as low as $4.75. Q Cash accepted just a mile down the road on Whitney, here at Ray and Mike's.
Welcome back. I'm Nicole Kessler, and here we have our current temperatures. And as we can see, the jet stream is coming down from Canada, and that is what is giving us these cold, snowy temperatures. As we can see in New York, we are looking at 43 degrees. And the regional radar, we could see that the snow is coming from the Great Lakes and is making its way through Maine to Connecticut, mostly all throughout the Northeast. We could see it's going to be a mix of snow and rain. And if we take a look at our temperatures today, we can see that in Waterbury and in Meriden, we both have a high of 29. And in New Haven and Hartford, it is a high of 30, which is still chilly, but better than Storrs, which is 27. And tonight's forecast, we are seeing a high of 29 and late snow showers, which will be starting after midnight, and a chance of precipitation of 80%. And tomorrow's forecast, we are looking at a high of 27, early snow showers ending probably around 12-ish, and a chance of precipitation that is 70%. And we will also be looking at winds as high as 40 miles per hour. And if we take a look at our 7-day forecast, we can see that tomorrow, Thursday, we are going to be getting some snow with a high of 27 and a low of -4, which I think will be our coldest night since we've been here. And Friday, Saturday, looking pretty good, sunny, a little bit cloudy. Yet again, Friday night, low of 8 degrees. And then as we move into Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, we are noticing that there is going to be snow. So I guess the question is, will we have school on Monday? And that is it for your weather. Back to the desk.
A new update to the social media app Snapchat has excited many Quinnipiac students.
Q30 sat down with our own Camille Bova to discuss what she did to make it happen.
So I have a friend at University of Maryland, and a friend of hers had made one for their school, so that's where I heard of the idea. So I kind of went on, researched it a bit, made up a bunch of different designs, and then it was just kind of trial and error. They denied a bunch because you can't really do copyrighted images. So then I kind of came up with just doing a simple QU, made it in Photoshop, sent it in, and then I was just sitting in class yesterday, and I got an email that was like, your QU geotag has gone live, and I just went on to Snapchat, and it was there.
You know, that was just such a interesting advancement in terms of Snapchat and just how everything of how it works has just been amazing through this process.
Yep, many Quinnipiac students agree. And now we're going to toss it over to our own Alexa Farrell, who has the latest with our entertainment update.
Thank you, guys. Police are now looking further into Bobby Christina's alleged near drowning incident. There may have been others in the home the morning Whitney Houston's daughter was found face down in her bathtub. A source tells E! News that police are asking questions. Officials went to the bank that is less than 100 yards from the home, asking about suspicious activity and for videos. Katy Perry may have been on fire, but the left shark stole the show. During the halftime performance, Katy Perry's backup dancer seemed to be a bit behind on the steps, but stole America's heart nonetheless. The internet exploded with memes and tweets following the performance. Missy Elliott who? Some younger viewers thought that Missy Elliott was a new artist. Missy Elliott tweeted about her new fans saying, quote, I think it's cool new kids think I'm a new artist. That goes to show I'm still on fire and will rip down the stage 20 years later, end quote. Since her recent performance, many of her hits have made it onto top charts. And did you remember your tissues with the chips and soda for the game? Some viewers took to social media saying that the Super Bowl ads this year were a bit gloomy. The ads centered around cyberbullying, gender stereotypes, and childhood death. Experts say this could be a trend in years to come. 88 is not too late. Harper Lee is releasing a sequel to her 1950 novel, To Kill a Mockingbird. The sequel is called Go Set a Watchman and is about the character Scout in her adulthood. The book was actually the first work that Lee ever presented to her publisher. She says, quote, "I'm humbled and amazed that this will now be published after all these years," end quote. And that's all for your entertainment news. Now back to you, Tom and Aya, at the desk.
Thank you so much, Alexa. And it's still to come on the Q30 Newscast, the latest Super Bowl 49 reactions.
Plus, Carolyn Fales has the latest in Quinnipiac athletics. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
The Q30 Newscast is presented by Joya Spa and Salon. For more information, visit www.joyadayspa.com.
Okay, so highlights for this week look pretty solid. Men's hockey versus Yale, men's basketball Iona. Got some pretty nice graphics too, some OTSs, full screens.
Yeah, and I was also thinking for a feature idea, we could do something about head coach Ram Pecknell and the men's ice hockey squad with the new year and new players.
Yes, that definitely sounds good. Yeah.
Young team. Wait a minute. Where's Mike?
What's up, guys? Sorry I'm late.
What are you doing?
What? Freshman.
That was then, this is now. Don't be just a number.
Hello, welcome to Chameleon.
At Chameleon Hair Color Cafe and Spa, it's all about what makes you feel beautiful. Their professional team is dedicated to helping you reach your customized beauty goals from your head to your toes. Chameleon Hair Color Cafe and Spa, where it's all about what makes you feel beautiful.
The Bobcat Shop, located at 1010 Sherman Avenue in Hamden. Your #1 choice for Bobcat merchandise. The Bobcat Shop features 2 floors of countless styles and colors. With a full 19,000 square foot screen printing and embroidery operation on the premises, Campus Customs and Simplify can design and decorate any garment or promotional product as quickly as needed. Stop in and say hi.
Wake up, Quinnipiac! It's the morning after! Hey! Come on, guys, it's time for TMA! Let's go! What's the morning after? Mondays at 10, only on Q30!
Welcome back to Q30 Newscast. As most of you already know, the New England Patriots defeated the Seattle Seahawks in Super Bowl 49, and the game came down to the final minutes when the Patriots basically stole the win after intercepting a Seahawks pass. That was a touchdown attempt.
And after the game, Quinnipiac students gathered around the Bobcat statue on Bobcat Way. The students chanted together and celebrated the win.
And we now bring in our sports reporter, Carolyn Fales.
All right, thanks, guys. It was quite an exciting Super Bowl, as you guys both know. And while I wasn't able to make it to Bobcat Way after the win, I did get to travel to Boston today for the Patriots victory parade. The famous Boston Duck boats were filled with the players and coaches and rolled down Boylston Street. While I think the snow and midweek time scared some fans away, the atmosphere was electric. Now let's switch over to Quinnipiac sports as the winter season is in full swing. The women's hockey team remains in first place in the ECAC conference after an impressive weekend. On Friday, the Bobcats took on the Crimson of Harvard. QU fell to Harvard earlier in the season. This game would go into overtime with Harvard eventually taking the 2-1 win. Quinnipiac's Cheyenne Darkangelo recorded her 100th career point as well. The women then faced off against Dartmouth. Nicole Kessler stood out for the Bobcats with 2 goals, and Nicole Connery added 1 more to come away with a 3-1 win over the Big Green. Switching over to the men, they headed to Providence to take on the Brown Bears. QU's Landon Smith had a hat trick that led the team to their 5-0 victory. And in part 1 of the Battle of Whitney Ave, the Bobcats headed down the street to Yale. Sam Annis scored twice for the Bobcats, but it wouldn't be enough as the game ended in a tie after overtime. After the men's and women's games on the ice this weekend came the latest USCHO.com poll. The women remained at number 5, while the men went up 2 places to number 16. The men will play on Friday at Cornell, and the women will take on Cornell as well at home at the High Point Solutions Arena. And from the ice to the hardwood, both basketball teams traveled away for their games. The men's 3-game winning streak was put to an end by Canisius with a score of 63-57. The next day, their game went into double overtime, with QU ultimately falling to Niagara 105-100. The women continued their winning streak, easily defeating both Siena and St. Peter's by margins of 20-plus points. That'll be it for sports, guys. Back to you.
Thank you, Carolyn. Now, bikinis and snow don't typically mix well unless you're at St. Germain Bikini Race. This event fundraises money for men and women battling breast cancer. Participants wear bikinis and race on snowmobiles in an effort to raise money for the Pink Ribbon Riders. The event continues to draw more racers and large crowds. One racer even made it to the Guinness Book of World Records this year. The event raised more than $50,000.
Well, that will do it with this edition of the Q30 Newscast.
Stay connected with our news team throughout the rest of the week by visiting our Facebook page and following us on Twitter at Q30 News.
And don't forget to check out the next edition of the Q30 News Weekly Digest, which will air this Friday. Thank you for watching. Have a good night.